Hi students, welcome to Dhanasar classroom. In our last class, we discussed the different properties of the circle and circle equations depending on the values of G, F, C. 0, F and G, C are zeros or non-zeros, etc. etc. Now I will explain in this video about the secant line and chord and the diameter endpoints of the circle and parametric equation of the circle and exercise 1 sums, etc. First of all, come to secant line of secant line. What is the secant line of circle? Secant line of a circle. What is the meaning of secant line? So very clear. Secant line means is a straight line passing through 2 points of the circle. If you take a circle here and there is a point and a point, it is P and it is Q. A straight line passing through these 2 points. Secant line is not a line segment, it is a straight line, expandable straight line. A straight line passing through any 2 points of the circle. That is the secant line. So very clear. P, Q are 2 points of circle. Then the straight line PQ is called secant line, and the line segment between only this part, only the part lie between the 2 points. The segment of the secant line contained in inside of the circle, and the points are on the circle. It is called chord. It is secant and it is chord. So chord line segment PQ, line segment PQ is called chord. Chord of circle. Okay, it's very clear. And we have to find the length of the chord of this circle if we are given a circle equation. First, suppose x minus h whole square plus y minus k whole square equal to r square is our circle. The given circle. If our given circle is x minus h whole square plus y minus k whole square equal to r square, we clear our center is h comma k, and radius center to this one or center to this one, and we take as it is radius, and the midpoint of this is a radius r. Clear it is an isosceles triangle and it is third side opposite to the vertex and is midpoint, and the line perpendicular to it, the perpendicular bisector of the line segment PQ. Very clear. Now this distance is a perpendicular distance from center to the chord. The perpendicular distance D equal to perpendicular distance from center to chord. And R is the radius. Now we have to find the length of the chord PQ. It will be semi-chord, together 2L. So first of all, from this triangle, very clear, R square equal to D square plus L square. And from it, L square equal to R square minus D square. And from it, L equal to square root of R square minus D square. So very clearly, our length of the chord, L equal to 2 into square root of R square minus D square. If you follow this formula, we can easily find the length of the chord when we are given a circle equation. Of course, we may given a circle equation not in the type of directly known as center and radius. Maybe we are given a circle equation. Maybe we are given a circle equation that is in the form of x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equal to 0. Very clear. Its center equal to minus g minus f. This is center and radius equal to square root of g square plus f square minus c. Clear. Then again we have to follow to find the length of the chord equal to 2 times of square root of r square minus d square. R square is our center and d square is our this one. For suppose if you write it r square means g square plus f square minus c minus d square means d is perpendicular distance from center to line. I have to find that line, d square equation something. Okay, we need not to follow that. Just we enough to follow the formula 2 into square root of r square plus d square. This is the length of the chord and this is the definitions of the secant line chords. And now we have to go for another one. The secant lines. The secant lines which are passing through the centers. For suppose we take a circle and its center. We have infinitely many secant lines are there because we have infinitely many number of pairs of points on this circle. If you take like this, it's a secant line. It's a secant line. These two are parallel and also parallel and also parallel and also parallel and also parallel. We have infinitely many like, but one line is there passing through the center. It is the longest chord. The longest chord of the circle which passing through must be passing through center. It is the secant, also secant line. It is the chord it is diameter line and the diameter is double of the radius. So it is a radius and it is a radius and the radius plus radius to be equal to 2 times of radius 2r will be the entire diameter of the circle. So twice the radius is called diameter, length of the diameter, but it is diameter line, also secant line. Okay, what happened when these 2 points are given? First suppose if the point is x1 y1 and the point is x2 y2, these 2 points are given to us. We should not be given any equation, but we have only given that x1 and y1 and x2 and y2, these two are the endpoints of the diameter. How can you find the equation of the circle? If we are given, if we know the endpoints of the diameter, a diameter, we have infinitely many diameters. In this direction I have, another. Like this, we have infinitely many diameters. If you have the endpoints of a diameter of the circle, how can you find the equation? I will explain you about that. If x1 y1, x2 y2 are endpoints of a diameter of circle, then the equation of circle is x minus x1 into x minus x2 plus y minus y1 into y minus y2 equal to 0. So very, very important point. Equation of the circle is that. How can you know the equation x minus x1 and x minus x2 plus y minus y1 y minus y2 equal to circle? Just wait, I will prove it. Proof. How can this one is equation of the circle when we know the endpoints of the diameters? Okay. First of all, we don't know another points. Let me consider the remaining all points except these 2 points as x comma y parameter, just variable point. This is a variable point. These two are endpoints. When we join the endpoints to the any point on the circle, then we get a right angle triangle. It's very clear. Is a right angle triangle? Absolutely. Because angle in semicircle is right angle. So it is right angle. It is perpendicular to this one. So slope of this, first of all, let me consider this is a P and it is A, or it is A and it is P and it is Q. Simply A equal to x comma y on circle, P equal to x1 y1, Q equal to x2 y2. PQ is diameter, and then AP is perpendicular to, very clear, AQ. Slope AP into slope of AQ equal to minus 1. From that slope of AP means x minus y minus x comma y. Slope of is y minus y1 and x minus x1. Y minus y1 by x minus x1. It is slope of it. And y minus y2 by x minus x2. Product will be equal to minus 1. In the slopes of two perpendicular lines will be equal to minus 1. From that property we get this one. And if you simplify it, y minus y1 into y minus y2 equal to minus of x minus x1 into x minus x2. And bring it to one side of equal, we get finally this equation. This is our equation. Okay? So finally we have to conclude it. When we know the endpoints of A diameter of the circle as x1 y1 x2 y2, then its equation is x minus x1 into x minus x2 plus y minus y1 into y minus y2. So very easy. Okay. And now I want to give some example to this question from our textbook. If you have in the points, this is first Roman 12th question and first bit. If the endpoints are P equal to 1, 2 and Q equal to 4, 6, what is the circle equation? So diameter, first of all, let it x1 y1 and let it x2 y2. Our equation, write the formula, equation of circle with diameter PQ is x minus x1 and x minus x2 plus y minus y1 and y minus y2 equal to 0. Now substitute the values of x1, y1, x2, y2 in this formula. We get our equation. Our equation x minus 1 into x minus 4 plus y minus 2 into y minus 6 equal to 0. You simplify it, x square minus 5x plus 4 plus y square minus 8y plus 12 equal to 0. From it, x square plus y square minus 5x minus 8y plus 16 equal to 0. So equation. Its center equal to center. Its center will be equal to. It's very clear, you know, half of the coefficient and its opposite. Minus of minus 5 by 2, comma minus of minus 8 by 2. This is the center of the equation. So 5 by 2, comma 4 is the center of this one. And also very clear, it is the midpoint of the endpoints of PQ. So very clear, C equal to midpoint of PQ. If you verify, easily we can observe, we can understand that. Okay, that is the way of getting. We have so many questions in textbook exercise. Please do it, try. And now I will explain you finally the parametric equation, parametric form of the circle equation. What is the parametric form? Finally, I will explain you about parametric form. What is the parametric form of circle? Parametric forms. First, suppose here we have x-axis and y-axis something, and there is a point which is center. This is a point which is center. Center may be considered as h comma k or minus g minus f, as you like. And here this point is always constant, always fixed point for a circle, and the remaining all points with constant distance, fixed distance. Fixed distance means, first suppose if you take this point with the length r units, if you draw an horizontal line here, it makes an angle theta with positive axis, positive direction. I mean anti-clock sense. It makes some angle theta. This point, if you join the center C with the point P, the line makes theta angle with positive x-axis parallel to positive horizontal sides. Now, if you take another point, it must be lie in the RU distance, but the distance should not be changed, but the angle made by the lines joining with the positive direction will be changed. The distance is always constant, but angle made by the trees will be changed. It's very clear. Angle made by the line segment joining of center to any point of the circle will be changed. I mean that angle to be parameter, but r should be constant. So theta is angle made by, for suppose if it is xcp will be changed, is parameter. Please remember, is parameter. Angle made by the positive direction of x-axis and by its parallel line of joining of center to point of any on the circle. If you take any point on the circle and join that, and it makes some angle with the positive direction of x-axis. Right? The line parallel to positive x-axis. We have changed. If you take another one, it makes some sense. And if you take, angle will be changed. If you take, it will be 180. It will be greater than 180, greater than 180, greater than 180. It will be 270, and etc. 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 Finally, you get again first point will be angle 0, and again come. So finally, the range of the theta will be 0 less than or equal to theta less than 2 pi. Corresponding to the values of theta belongs to closed interval 0 to open interval 2 pi. We have infinitely many real numbers in between 0 to 2 pi on the real line. Thus, corresponding to the each value in between 0 to 2 pi of theta, we have infinitely many points on the circle. So, our theta is a parameter, but r is not a parameter, it is constant. From it, I want to take only one point to explain briefly. I want to take this is theta, this is p, this is c. I want to take the foot of the perpendicular of p on one n, and it is a right angle triangle. When it is right angle and it is x comma y, is something, and if it is origin and it is h comma k, and it is h comma k, you clearly observe that. Shift this one 0 comma 0 to h comma k, and it is a right angle triangle. For suppose if it is capital X, this length is capital X. Actually, this is small x and this is small y, but this length is capital Y and this length is capital X, and it is radius R. From that this one is capital X. From that x by r equal cos theta equal to x by r. So x equal to r cos theta. Theta is parameter, r is constant, and here sin theta equal to y by r, and y equal to r sin theta. Theta will change, theta is parameter, but r is constant. Here we have x and y. What is x and what is y? Here this length will be h and the total length will be x. This remaining part will be, the x will be x minus h, small x minus small h. So capital X equals small x minus h. Substitute here. If you substitute here, we get capital X equal to, we know very clear, small x minus h, and it is r cos theta equal to x minus h, then x equal to h plus r cos theta, and again capital Y be equal to small y minus k. From it r sin theta equal to y minus k. From it y equal to k plus r sin theta. From these both equations, x equal to h plus r cos theta and y equal to k plus r sin theta. These two are the parametric equations where theta must be like this. So these two are the parametric equations. So very clear. We may easily observe that. Okay, this is the parametric equations, and let me see some examples on the parametric equations. Okay, look at here. We have a circle equation here, and ask us that find the parametric equation of circle. How can you find? First of all, let me find its radius and center. What is the center of this equation? It look like a standard form. X square plus y square equal to r square. That means its center will be equal to 0, 0, and radius equal to, and it is in the form of square root of 9 by 4. That means 3 by 2. Very clear. What are the parametric equations of circle? Parametric equations of circle is x equal to h plus h comma k, 0 plus r into, r means 3 by 2 into cos theta. We don't know theta. And y equal to k plus r into sin theta. From that, x equal to 3 by 2 cos theta and y equal to 3 by 2 sin theta. Where we must write about theta is parameter, 0 less than or equal to theta less than 2 pi. This is the conclusion of this question. Again, I want to take this question. First, find the center and radius. What is the center? Center must be write as half of the coefficient of x and its against sign. I mean half its log minus 3 and minus of against opposite sign of 4 and its off equal to 2. Okay, it's a 3 comma minus 2. So it is h comma k. And what is the radius? Radius equal to g square. G means the coefficient or squaring of the center coordinates of the center. 3 square 9 and minus 4 square 4 minus c. Minus c means minus of minus 12. 13 plus 12 will be equal to square root of 25 equal to 5. R equal to our parametric equations. For parametric equations are x equal to h plus, h means 3 plus r cos theta, r means 5, cos theta we don't know cos theta, and y equal to k and minus 2 plus r 5 sin theta. What about theta? Theta is lies in between 0 to 2 pi. This is the way of concluding the questions. Okay, you have to solve the remaining all questions in this Roman 13th question. Please do it. Okay, let me see the question in Roman 3, third question. Find the equation of circle which passes through these 2 points and whose center is lie on this line. Fortunately, our given 2 points lie on the same line. That means those 2 are the endpoints of diameter. It's very clear. In case these 2 points lie on the line, do not lie on the line, maybe lie on another part of the circle, then and also in this case we may follow easily by following the diameter case endpoints. So if you know the diameter endpoints, then x means x1 and x means x2, like we may follow that. Otherwise, join these 2 lines, 2 points, and find the angle bisector. I mean CP equal to CQ equal to CR condition. By using that condition, we will find the not angle bisector, bisector of the line segment, perpendicular bisector of the line segment. Find that the perpendicular of the, if you take any circle and a chord, it is the midpoint of the chord, and its perpendicular bisector must be passes through the center. It's very clear. In any circle, in our 10th class we learned it. The perpendicular bisector of any chord must be passed through center. It's very clear. So to our given 2 points, first I find the solution. P equal to 2 comma minus 3 and Q equal to minus 4 comma 5 and C equal to h comma k. Let it and use Cp equal to Cq because the definition of the circle. And now if you use h minus 2 whole square plus k plus 3 whole square equal to h plus 4 whole square plus k minus 5 whole square. By expanding it, we get minus 4h plus 4 plus k square plus 6k plus 9 equal to h square plus 8h plus 16 plus k square minus 10k plus 25, and like terms on both sides, it is h square k square. So from it we remain just 12h and 6k become as minus 16k and 4 and 9 13 16 minus 13 3 and 25 28 is 28 equal to 0, and we may take 4 as a common, then we remains 4 is a common, then we remains, then we get if you take 4 as a common, 3h minus 4k plus 7 equal to 0. See equation number 2. Why should we take 2? Our another equation, it is equation 1. It is equation 1, and h comma k lies on 4x plus 3y plus 1 equal to 0. Then 4h plus 3k plus 1 equal to 0. This is equation number 2. By solving these 2 equations, solve 1 and 2, we get our values of h and k by using cross multiplication method. The middle one is 4 minus 4 minus 4, so middle one is 3, and its constant is 7 is 1, and it is 3, and here it is 4, and again repeat minus 4 and 3, and it is h, it is k, it is 1. From this one h by minus 4 minus 21 equal to k by 28 minus 3 equal to 1 by 9 plus 16. From h by minus 25 equal to k by 25 equal to 1 by 25. Finally h equal to minus 1 and k equal to 1. Finally h comma k equal to minus 1 comma 1. This is the center of our circle. So we need radius. How can you find the radius? Very clear. Find radius equal to center to point P distance. That is square root of h minus 2 minus 1 minus 2 whole square plus k minus k plus 3 1 plus 3 whole square. That means 9 plus 16 will be square root of 25 equal to 5. So our radius equal to 5. It's very easy. Our circle equation, our equation of circle is x minus h whole square plus y minus k whole square equal to r square. It's very clear. So we can do like this. Please try to answer solve all the questions in the exercise. If you have any doubts, please follow the videos.